How to submit full payment. First step is going to your registration, so please navigate to the event registration area. You can look up your registration simply by putting in your contact email and your registration number. Once logged into your registration, please confirm that all youth and adult information is accurate for anybody that you are wishing to check out. For this example, these two scouts, Youth Camper 1 and Youth Camper 2 here, we will not be paying full payment for them, but we are hoping to pay full payment for everyone else. Navigate to the Payment tab or the Checkout tab, which would appear here if you were not missing any information. For this example, we will go to the Payment tab. Once in the Payment tab, you'll have a couple payment options down below the summary. You'll be able to pay a minimum amount, pay a full amount, or pay another amount. If at this point you're ready to pay for every single one of your youth and adults, select the Pay in Full amount and then proceed to the next step. For this example, we have two scouts that we do not have all the information in for, and we have not received full commitments from these scouts. We're not sure if they're going to be able to come to camp. So they will not be making the early bird discount, but we still want to keep them on our registration for later. Enter amount to see a full list of your scouts and see what balance they have, what they've paid so far, and what their total cost is. Please note that scouts signed up for different merit badges may have different total costs based on the programs that they're signed up for. So paying these amounts, you'll be able to allocate the balance due to pay any scout in full. Now we've gotten to our two scouts that haven't made commitments to the troop yet as to whether or not they're going to go to camp. We are going to leave these spots blank and keep their $25 youth deposits here. We are not going to be submitting full payment for them at this time. That may mean that they miss the early bird discount, but that is the choice that they have made, and we're still waiting to hear back from the families as to whether or not they plan to go to camp. And that's something that the families would communicate with you as troop leaders. Then for our adults, we'll fill in as much information for the adults for whatever commitments we're willing to make at this time. For this example, we have one adult leader that we may not have heard from, and so we're going to wait to make their full payment until later, similar to the full payments that we're going to wait on for these two youth. Once you're done, save these payment allocations. You'll see the total amount then update right here under Other Amount. We've selected Pay Other Amount, and we can go to Checkout. Once again, if we had every single one of our scouts were ready to check out and pay, and every single one of our adults, we would have just selected the full amount due. But in this case, we have a few scouts that we haven't gotten full commitments from yet, and so we are doing the Other Amount option. Once you go to Checkout, you'll read our cancellation policy. And for this example, we'll use a credit card, and you'll see that there's a large convenience fee here. If you wanted to avoid the convenience fee, you can simply just take a check from your troop treasurer and input the information on that specific check and enter it in here. There is no additional convenience fee for using a bank routing information from one of your camp treasurer's checks. But for this example, we'll use a credit card. After we have authorized our payment and that it's been processed, you'll see that we have paid in full all of these scouts. You'll see this paid in full amount show up underneath every single one of these scouts. So you'll see paid in full appear there, and you'll see how much has been paid and what their amount would be. If they swapped out a merit badge that didn't have a charge, say swimming merit badge for leatherworking, you would see an additional charge show up under class fees, and then you would have an additional balance to pay at a later date. But at this point, the majority of our scouts are all paid in full, and the majority of our adults are all paid in full, giving camp the commitments from troops that they can count on them for attending summer camp. At a later date, we'll add in information and pay for this one adult, as well as the 2 youth that we had here at the top. If it turns out that you are not able to get a commitment for these 2 youth, or you need to drop a youth or an adult, you'll simply send an email to the council office noting the youth's name, your registration number, and your troop number. We do need to receive all cancellation requests in writing via email in order to process those and record that cancellation approval to our accounting department.